In 2018, I would enter Dadeville, Alabama, and I would meet a dude who tells me, hey man, I think something's on me. I believe him, and while talking to him, I noticed that, yeah, something was on him. Now, I didn't know that, but my spirit was aware of this. And my spirit then said, man, I'm no longer going to be able to reason with you. This thing's got you. I would ultimately speak to this spirit and tell it to get off of him, and it would listen. I was blown away, he was shooken, and then he would need a ride back to his house. I'd never been there before, but I would walk in, I would hear in my spirit, son, do what you believe. I tell the unclean spirits to leave, and this is what we hear. As that noise drifted off into the sky away from us. The neighborhood that he lived in, dogs began barking throughout the entire neighborhood. Plus, they had a pit bull. I didn't know it at the time, but it began slamming on the back door, trying to get in. The guy had looked at me somewhere in the middle. I was like, did you hear that? He was talking about that voice. We ran to the back, let the dog in, and I drove home that night around sometime in the morning, and I'm 10 and 2 on the steering wheel like, this is really happening. Whoa. Now, I was not involved with books, buildings, or associations. I was actually communicating to the one who I reference as Daddy. I was hearing him when I was talking. Like a son, that was it, man. I wasn't trying to take over the world, but something would happen in this town. Well, afterwards, I would face Get Back. Whatever that camp, the dishonest, unseen, was not happy with me. And it would begin to come at me. And it would come at my kids. And I went through the town of Dadeville, and I just did what I believed. And then I left. And more things happened. And more things happened. And here I am today telling people about who Daddy is, not because that's what I thought I was going to be doing. No. When I expressed to Daddy that I would like to meet you, I want to know you for who you are, Daddy. Will you please help me to hear from you? And it would be in that relationship, I would realize, oh, you were with me the whole time. Of course, I was hearing you then. And I was. My spirit hadn't changed. It wasn't a transformation. It would be a reconnecting, oh, and he would point me to the narrow. Everything was going to help. He was going to help me. He was going to teach me. And whatever you're hearing from my mouth is coming from the one who is honest. But guess who and what camp does not like what I'm speaking? The very camp that would go against anybody who is sent, representing who Daddy is honestly. No books, no buildings. Spirit of a love child. Wrapping this up, guys, the spirit of a child is targeted by this dishonest source. That's why the child is, that's why they work so aggressively to change us, to turn us away from our natural spirit.